What's up, everybody? Excuse me. This is your man, Sir Dre, and with me as always.
It's Lady Blue in the bag.
Why you gotta be so aggressive when you say your name?
I'll be as aggressive or passive as I want. Hold on.
What? Okay, what
Hold on.
is?
Do it
Okay,
again.
no, wait, no. We're gonna start this show off right now. What is going on with you? Why are you so mad?
I'm mad.
You ain't mad.
Mm-mm.
Uh huh. But you okay. You ain't mad. You ain't mad.
Said it with my whole chest. Lady Blue in the bag.
Okay, you still sound aggressive.
It's because I'm from the bag.
I'm from the Bay too.
And that's why you aggressive.
I'm not aggressive.
Whatever.
All right, we can already see what kind of show this is gonna be tonight, y'all. So welcome to the show. From the Seagles to the Seachicks.
Mm.
Let's keep it rolling, y'all. Yeah, let's keep it rolling. Now, anybody listening to the show, y'all already know they counted us out 2 weeks ago.
Mm.
Uh, they counted us out 2 weeks ago. We ain't out of here yet. ICU unit, the ICU. We are the ICU 49ers. Yeah, I see you too. I see you sitting at home
Mm.
waiting to watch the next game that the 49ers play. That's what I see. Yesterday's game, I ain't gonna lie. Um, First quarter started, we got that long pass reception, 60 something yards down the field. Boom. I'm like, that's how we start.
Exactly.
That's how we start. Woo. That was a game. That was a game. I just like the fact that everybody, all the so-called experts and that, analysts and, people on TV, CBS, ESPN, blah, 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 blah. The majority of them picked the Seagles.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I do have to point one thing out, and I want to I want to give him so much respect because the,
Everybody.
he went against the whole grain. Terry Bradshaw. Terry Bradshaw told them yesterday, I told you it was going to be the 49ers. He picked them, and then after, he's like, yeah, I told you it was going to be the 49er. And then he changed it with 49ers. That man's been in the game for a long time, and I'm sure most of the analysts and this, that, and the other been in broadcasting and doing this for a long time. You know, sometimes it's time to stop going what you think is going to happen and go with your heart. Go with what your gut tells you. Go with what your gut tells you. Don't go with what you think is going to get you good ratings or great stats, or whatever the case may be. And y'all got to stop. Because I'm going to tell you right now, and I told you, Lady Blue, if you do, I'm sure you remember this. It might be on our last show. I said it. I said the Seahawks beat us, but they're going to lose their first game in the playoffs. Do you
Yeah,
remember? Do you remember
I
me saying
remember
that?
that. Yeah.
Okay, so the reason I said that is because after they beat us, and I had no clue who we were going to play because it hadn't all been set up yet. But the reason I said they would lose their playoff game, their whatever, something told me in my heart they were going to play the 49ers again, and we were going to beat them. We were going to shorten their playoff run. I don't care if you're number one, number five, number whatever. 49ers are coming back to
Good.
to I won't say get revenge. We're coming to rectify the game that y'all won in San Francisco. Or yeah, well, I'm saying San Francisco. Um, you really didn't deserve that win. I mean, you put up one touchdown and a field goal. Whoa, 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 whoa. But I had a feeling the 49ers were going to play the Seattle Seachicks again. And here it is. Here it is. I said, I think on our show last week, we will see you again. And here it is. Um, Now we got to go to Seattle, you know,
Mm.
another road game. Short week because we got to play on Saturday and not Sunday. Uh, we'll see y'all in Seattle. That's all I'm
Yep.
going to say. What I'm most hurt about, obviously, everybody is if you're a 49er fan, we lost Kittle. Man, it hurt for me to see him go down because as soon as he caught the pass and got tackled, I saw the ankle.
Mm.
I saw it, and I knew immediately it wasn't good. I was hoping only a twisted ankle or a sprained ankle or something, but after looking at the replay again, man, I was like, he's done. He's done. He's fucking done. And sure enough, he's done. He's done for the season. How many times have we had to say that this year? I mean, you know what I mean? I mean, how many times have we had to say about our boys, he's gone for the season?
Mhm.
You know,
More times than I care to count.
exactly. You know what I mean? I mean, there's a bright side of that. We got Williams back.
Yes. We won.
We won. We also have, you ain't heard this from me. Fred Warner will be back. Fred Warner gonna probably play in Seattle. You ain't heard that from me. I ain't got no inside information, none of that. But Fred Warner will be on play. Yeah.
You
Uh,
okay?
yep. um, I really think that I'm hope, man. A lot of things happened yesterday in that game, and um, I don't know. I'm everybody's talking about Pearsall and what's going on with him. Um, I was a little upset that he decided not to play. He was questionable for yesterday's game, just like Williams was. Williams said, "I'm going in." Pearsall decided not to. I don't think it was the doctors that told him, "Nah, you probably don't want to do that." I think it was him saying, "Nah, I don't want to play against Philly," or I don't know what the situation is, but I really wish he'd have been there. I'm glad we got the win. So now, if he does come back against Seattle, um, come out and perform, man, because this is game 2 of our Final Four. This is game 2 of our Final Four. We got yesterday's game, Seattle divisional, or I'm sorry, we Philly yesterday, Seattle for division, NFC championship, Super Bowl. So once again, we're in our Final Four. I put it up there earlier in our season. A couple of shows ago. I thought we were. I kind of felt like we were going to go ahead and take that game and have that week bye, but we didn't. So here we are, actually playing a Final Four. Um, yeah, I'm happy. I'm glad. I'm glad we won. I'm glad we won. I'm so glad we won. Um, but again, like people just keep counting us out, and
Let him.
we're stronger than that. We're a much stronger team than that, and it's starting to show. And people have,
I wanted to go with for the show. Well, we'll get to the other part. Was the Bay got heart, and that this the game that they played yesterday shows that they truly had heart because like you said early on, George Kittle went down in the game. Number one, it was bad for my nerves. Somebody gonna have to pay for my health care bills. Looking at you, the NFL, but yeah, it was the game was traumatizing until they won. I'll just say it like that. But it really showed how they had heart and they didn't give up the fight.
yeah, and they haven't given up all season. You are so 100% right about that.
I am.
This entire season, they have shown nothing but heart. Any other team with as many injuries as the 49ers have suffered would have given up by now because the backups, the third, the fourth, the fifth stringers, they'd have been like, man, what? No, no. We got you right. 49ers have heart. 49ers also have something that most teams don't have, which is a brotherhood. They back each other up. No matter what position you play, where you come from, what college you went to, we back each other up on this team. Nobody loses. Well, I can't say that because there is one player whom kind of
Shut
vanished in the dark, but we ain't going to talk about him. But this team has a lot of brotherhood. Um, they back each other up. Period. Period. They back each other up. No matter what position you play.
Mm-hmm.
Um, the players back each other up. They got each other's back. So you're right. This team has a lot of heart, and I think this team has more heart than any team in the league this year. Okay, if you want to argue with me about that, you bring it to me. Tell me why you think I'm wrong. There's not another team in the NFL right now that has more heart and courage than the 49ers. Not a one. Not one. Um, yeah, I thought yesterday. I'm not gonna lie. I was nervous throughout the
Well,
entire.
I already know.
I was nervous throughout the entire game.
Me and you both. That's why we didn't talk. Well, I tried to call you at right before halftime. You screamed at me.
Yeah, because I didn't mean to scream at you, but everybody that knows me,
I'm not everybody.
everybody knows if there's a 49er game on and it's playoffs, don't call him.
I'll call you next week
Don't
too.
call. Listen, don't call, don't text, don't do anything unless unless the 49ers are up by a minimum of 20 points. If the Niners are up in the second quarter
You're doing too much now.
if the Niners are up by 20 points in the second quarter and still moving, call me all you want to. But in a game like that against the Philadelphia Eagles, the game was closer than I thought it would be. That first play, though, like I said, that first long run, the pass and the run, I thought he was going to score. That would have been the best opening for the 49ers, for him to score on that pass, that catch. But he didn't. That's all right, though. It didn't matter because the very next play, we did score.
Yes.
So I'm saying to myself, those are the 49ers. That's Coach Shanahan pulling things out the hat and going with, you know what, we're gonna do this. We're gonna do it.
Mm-hmm.
The trick play, the reverse with Jennings throwing a touchdown to CMC. I didn't even see that one coming. I thought he was just going to, it was an end around reverse, blah blah blah, and then he stopped, and I went, oh God, Lord, no, and he threw it, and then he got hammered, he got pancaked, but he connected on the pass. McCaffrey, touchdown, 49ers, pass from Jennings. Not only did he complete the pass, get the touchdown, he got a penalty on it because they called roughing the passer. He's not even a quarterback. He's not even a quarterback. He's a wide receiver, but he got the penalty. We got the touchdown.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Anyway, enough of my talking. Speak your piece on what you thought about yesterday.
I said what I said. It was a nerve-wracking experience, and I was not a fan until the end. It was like, it was, yeah, it was a lot. It had me on edge. through the whole thing. Yeah, but I'm glad they were able to pull out the win. Best outcome ever.
Hmm.
What?
Nothing. I wasn't sure if you were done or not. I thought maybe you had more to say about the game.
Well, I
I mean,
can't really get all technical like you. Like I said, I'm
ain't
glad
nobody,
that they had.
ain't nobody asking you to be
They pulled
technical.
out
Nobody's asking you to be
the.
technical. Be a fan.
Shut up! I'm glad that they
See,
scored in their first possession. That was a good thing. It kind of like set the tone for the game. Gave me like a slight little bit of breathing room, um, until they didn't. But like I said, I'm glad that they were able to pull it out. That's all I really got to say about that. Relieved. Um, yeah, definitely relieved that I get to stress all over again next weekend.
yeah, I'm not looking for. I mean, I'm looking forward to that game because I know the team is looking forward to it because they want to. I don't like the word get revenge. I don't like that word.
Redeem themselves.
Huh?
Redeem themselves.
Thank you. Yes, yeah, exactly. And not only that, I think it would now if we can go up to Seattle and beat them again at home in their home. That just
That's
it's
even
like
better.
that's like that is the icing on the cake. The
Chef's
cherry the cherry on the cake would be if we win the NFC Championship. And I got to say this. Um, I am not afraid of anyone else that has made it past the wild card. The Rams don't scare me.
Okay.
Chicago doesn't scare me. Seattle doesn't really scare me. It's they don't scare me because they were only able to put up 10 points against a defense that is, you know, depleted, repleted, triple pleated, double pleated, if you want to call them pans. I, I'm not afraid. I'm not, as a fan, afraid of any team in the playoffs from this point on. I feel like the Philadelphia Eagles was going to be our toughest match. And it turned out to be a good match. I'm not afraid of Seattle. Not afraid of the Rams. Definitely not afraid of Chicago. Now, you know, all three of those teams have a reason to want to beat us.
Mhm.
Um, and the fact that we have to play on the road this coming week doesn't really bother me either.
I
But
think the good thing is it's not like on the East Coast or in another time zone.
exactly, exactly.
A bonus.
That is a bonus. Now, like I said, granted, it's a short week for us. But Seattle's been off all weekend. So that's a 2 week break, which can hurt teams because
Mhm.
you kind of get lethargic, so to speak. You lose a step because you've had that long time off. Um, we'll see how it affects them.
Mhm.
We'll see how it affects them. Again, like I said, I ain't afraid of Seattle, and I don't think our boys are either. Um, I know that Kittle really wanted to. He really wants to beat Seattle. and unfortunately, he's done for the rest of the year. Probably won't be ready until training camp next year.
Mm.
Um, but that's all right. He's still going to be there. And like I said, you ain't heard from me, but somebody's coming back next week.
Mm-hmm.
And that's going to be a big boost. Huge boost. Huge boost. Huge boost.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah. So what's up with the Warriors? What's with this? Here we go again with this roller coaster thing, what they doing. Um, I mean, oh, come on, man.
I agree because they won Friday, right?
Let's see,
Did they
Friday.
win their last two games?
Um, yeah, well, no.
So they won.
They lost Sunday.
Yeah, I know that.
They blew, well, Sacramento ain't got nobody on their team, no way. They blew Sacramento up. They
Mm-hmm.
pulled out a win against Milwaukee.
Yes.
Lost a very close one again to LA Clippers.
Mm-hmm.
Sick of that. Sick of that.
Mm-hmm.
And then the Saturday before, they beat the Jazz. But it's like they lost that Friday, the day before. Well, of course they play OKC, and it doesn't. It seems like ain't nobody gonna be OKC.
Mm.
They've only lost five. Well, at that point, they'd only lost 5 games. 5 games.
Yeah.
35, 35 games in, they've only lost 5 of them.
Okay.
So, I mean, somewhere down the line, OKC is going to run into a buzzsaw.
Yeah.
But the Warriors, this up and down thing, man, I don't know. I don't know.
I mean, like we were talking about, I think we were talking about it earlier today where, we were both saying that I think where the season really picks up and it really kind of like starts to matter in a sense is after the All-Star break. So right now I just pulled up their standings or whatever. So they won 21 games and lost 19. Oh,
Yeah,
hold on one second. Keep the flow going.
yeah. It's. I mean, yeah. I do believe that the real season begins after All Star, unless you're like OKC, you're just winning games. You're just you're beating people left and right, blah blah blah. Um, but as a team that's in the middle of the hunt, not at the bottom of the heap, but not at the top, you're in the middle of the hunt. Um, it doesn't really kick in until after the All Star game. Because that's usually when players put on their big boy shoes and say, okay, now it's time to play ball because now we're playing to get in the playoffs. We might be playing to win our division. You know, I just this up and down roller coaster thing with the 49, or I'm sorry, the Golden State Warriors is kind of confusing because um, you never know in the game in the game of basketball. You never know what you're gonna get on any given night. You don't really know who's gonna show up, who's gonna have that hot hand. It ain't always gonna be Steph Curry. Some nights it might be, believe it or not, Draymond Green. But lately it's I don't know. I'm just glad we're still um,
In the running.
yeah, that's yeah.
That's what I said because they're number 8, and they've won more than they lost. So
That's,
hopefully we'll keep.
that's
Huh?
always a good thing. That's always a good thing. It's not like they're way out of contention. Um,
I just think it's not fun to see. It's not fun to watch.
no,
Like
it's
for
not.
the game, what was it? Whatever that was yesterday, whenever it was, they started out real well. Pulling out the lead, all this and that. Third quarter was where everything. I think it was the third quarter where everything started to fall apart.
And that's usually the case with the Warriors.
Yeah.
They either start the first half great and finish crumbling, or they start the first half crumbling and then build it up and come back and make the spectacular game out of it. Uh,
Yeah.
but like you said, I think it was yesterday's game. Um, I can't say that it was. I don't know. Yeah, I mean yeah, a loss is a loss. I didn't watch the game obviously because I was watching the Niners. But yeah, they lost
You know,
by
good and darn well the games didn't conflict. Maybe
no,
you were
but
stimulated from watching the Niners game.
huh?
I said maybe you were overstimulated from watching the Niners game. Like, sports overload.
Yeah, that could very well be there, Doctor Blue.
Ha ha ha.
Oh man.
But I mean, we've talked about it before where it's happened. I mean, sometimes, a lot of sports on and watching a lot of sports is like a good thing or it can be a good thing. And then sometimes it's just like,
Overload.
because I'm telling you and I'm sure everyone that's a 49ers fan that watched that game yesterday was probably like feeling that same way. It's like the adrenaline rush, the highs and the lows and you know, so yeah.
I think that 49er game uh, took enough out of everybody as far as watching sports. Period. I'm sitting here right now. I'm not really paying attention to it, but I'm watching the Pittsburgh Houston game, and it's like after watching yesterday's games, I watched. Okay, so I watched the Buffalo game, you know,
Mhm.
and that came out as I wanted it to. I talked to my daughter. We conversed about that whole thing.
Mhm.
Um, we spoke for about a half an hour while the
That's
game was going on, and you know, by the end of our conversation, I was telling her, "You got this. You got this."
that one
And
was nerve wracking too, though.
huh?
That one was because it had the whole day. So we'll just address this now. That don't mean I like you or that you're better than me, but in terms of our football picks, which we shared, so haha, you're not funny. Um,
I wasn't even gonna bring that up, but I'm glad you did.
so full transparency here. We're gonna be transparent. Um, Dre is on track to beat me, or Sir Dre as is his official title, because I picked Green Bay over the Bears. I mean, yeah, Green Bay over the Bears. That's what I meant to
Yeah,
say. And
I,
uh,
I'm gonna tell you the truth now. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I'm gonna be honest with everybody. I had no intentions on picking the Bears. I had no intentions on that. I would have preferred for the 49ers if we were going to have to play someone in the playoffs. I would have preferred us to play Green Bay. So that was a complete accidental pick.
And then it had me feeling like I was so really. It made me feel like every single team that I picked did the opposite of what I wanted it to do, which is like if I picked a team to win, they fucking lost. So then I started getting nervous, like when the 49ers played, like maybe I should like change my pick because I'm jinxing the team. So, because I picked the Rams. No, I didn't. I picked Carolina.
So, if you would have I'm going to tell you right now,
Shut up.
if you would have picked against the 49ers, we would not be doing this show tonight.
Whatever.
I would have disowned you.
No, you wouldn't.
I would have done this show by myself. By myself. That's right. Y'all heard me say it. If she had picked the Philadelphia Eagles, she would not be on the air right now. She would not be on the air right now.
You're not the boss of me when I get on the air.
I don't care what you say. You would not be doing this show tonight. I'm telling you. Even if the 49ers did win, if you had picked Philadelphia, you were done. You were done. You would have lost your card, your credentials wiped clean. You wouldn't even be allowed to walk into Levi Stadium parking.
Whatever. So we're gonna address the elephant in the room in between us later. Okay.
Whatever. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
And the way Sunday football weekend went, wild card week, whatever you want to call it, had me feeling a certain type of way. That's all I was trying to say before you so rudely and harshly hurt my feelings.
Oh, so sensitive. So sensitive. But I'm telling the truth. I'm telling the truth. If you would have picked if you would have picked the Eagles, oh my God, you would have been disowned. Not just by me. Not just by me.
Who gonna disown me, boo?
Anybody from San Francisco or the Bay Area that listens to our show would have disowned you.
Shut up.
Y'all tell me if I'm wrong. I don't care how you hit us up. Y'all tell me if I'm wrong. Y'all hit us up on Facebook. Y'all hit us up on Instagram. You hit us up on Twitter. Let me know if you think I was wrong. If she would have went with the Philadelphia Eagles, how many of y'all would have disowned her?
Nobody. Everybody loves me.
Okay. Okay. You're saying so.
Shut up.
Anyway, what's going on with women in sports? I know that the Valkyries are doing some things.
Nothing. Shut up.
That's 5 times tonight. You have told me to shut up.
So now you keeping track?
Yes, I am.
It's like, so when somebody is like recording you, don't you have to inform them of that? You don't just willy-nilly do things.
Okay. So do you not realize that we are live on the air doing a podcast show and that everything we say is recorded? Thank you. So what's going on with women in sports?
Okay. So, first thing we're going to talk about is the WNBA CBA. For those of you that have either been following us on the show or following the WNBA CBA, the extension expired on the 9th of January at 11:59 p.m., which was Friday. So they are really not truly any closer to coming to an agreement, so they are entering into a status quo, which right now means business is operating as normal or as usual, but at any moment the players can decide to strike.
Okay.
So, yeah.
I know you got more to talk about other than the CBA.
Yeah, I do. If you would give me a minute.
Well,
So basically, like how we shared before, he just wants to be rude and try to take over the whole thing. One of the main, I guess, points, like I've shared before, is the salary. The salary and the revenue sharing. I believe I said, hold on.
Are there any women making moves in women's sports?
So basically, one of the main things that this status quo or this whatever sense, they're not striking yet, but it does impact the free agency. So no one, because basically the off season is where you make the moves, the trades, do all that. No one is able to do any of that right now. For the players, they want like 30% of the gross revenue. And then I guess they set a proposed $10.5 million salary cap. The league is not willing to do that. Or as of right now, they have not been able to come to an agreement in regards to that. So, yeah. Don't need all that noise in the background. Next thing I want to talk about is the unrivaled 3-on-3. So, we have a couple Valkyrie players, like I shared on Thursday, that are actually playing in the unrivaled 3-on-3. Kate Martin, she's playing with the Breeze. She's getting about 7.3 points a game, 3.7 rebounds, and whatever. I'm not reading all the other stuff. Veronica Burton, your best friend, she is averaging 12.5 points a game, 7.5 rebounds. She is playing with the Mist. Monique Billings. Excuse me?
I'm just.
Have something to say about Veronica Burton, your best friend?
Yes.
Monique Billings is with the Hive. She is averaging about 13 points a game, 8 rebounds. And I guess Tammy, the name I can't pronounce, is playing with the Lunar Owls. She getting like 6 points, averaging like 6 points a game, 8 rebounds. We have another Valkyrie player that is in the unrivaled development pool but has not gotten any playtime yet. Her name is Letitia something or other. I believe the next game of unrivaled is, when is it? I want to say Friday, but don't hold me to that.
It's actually
tomorrow?
No, actually, no. It is next Friday.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I was going to talk about the Golden State Storm, but I really didn't come up with any new information. Because I have some stuff to do, so I really didn't get a time to do the research. So I apologize for that. I'll make up for it on Thursday.
Any specific player that stands out? for the Storm?
No.
Really?
Mm, not yet. I mean, of course, the quarterback, your best friend, your other best friend. Um,
I can't
isn't
focus.
isn't her nickname Pork Chop or something like that?
Excuse me?
I said, isn't her nickname Pork Chop or something like that?
Oh my Lord. Pork chop. Wow.
I think that's her nickname. I'll have, like I said, I'll make up for it Thursday and have a little bit more information to share
Um,
in regards to the Golden State Storm. I'm just excited for them to like get their roster together, release their stats, like I said, and just really number one find out who these ladies are, how well they play, and like actually go out and support and watch a game or two.
oh, I plan on watching as many games as I can possibly watch. This whole women's flag slash tackle football, something totally new to the Bay Area.
Mhm.
Um, these ladies look like they are ready to play. Um, yeah, they look like they are seriously ready to play. Um, I'm trying to figure something out though about the league. Um,
Figure out.
it's I don't know. I know they start March 28th.
Mhm.
Um, there's only 6 games in their season, which is fine. I mean, um, 3 at home, 3 away. Storm, they start their season in San Diego. No, they actually start at home against San Diego. But I haven't really seen a lot of like advertisement and sponsorship about the league, not just our team, not just Golden State, Storm, but just the league itself.
I think because the league is still young. It's only been around like a couple of years. I know that I think Adidas is one of the major sponsors, and I'm probably saying that to say that I'm pretty sure they're still looking for new sponsors or more sponsors. I'll say.
Yeah,
I know the
and
Golden State Storm is.
huh?
I know the Golden State Storm is looking for partnership and sponsors.
Yeah, yeah,
So I mean, I think they got Adidas. I think there was something else major that they got, but I can't recall it at this moment. But I mean, it's coming. I think with them, women's sports appears to be, taking off. It's a newish league, so we'll see where it goes.
yeah. Again, like I said, I'm looking forward to it. Um, I hope they do well. I'm looking forward to the return of the BSC football team, soccer team.
Hmm.
I'm looking forward to Bay Area soccer. Period. This is the time of year where things start to wind down
Hmm.
as far as sports, but it picks up immediately, and it kind of picks up with the Golden State Storm because this being January, February, March, 2 months, and
Hmm.
they're playing ball. Um, Next month, we got the Super Bowl, but
Mhm.
you know, we got the earthquakes coming back, um, AFC, uh,
Mhm.
Oakland Roots.
Mhm.
Um, Everything's starting to gear up toward the World Cup, which will be there next summer. Um, Speaking of soccer, football, um, as I did last week, and I think I did it before, the week before that, a quick, for anybody listening outside the United States, maybe you were able to catch some of the matches, maybe you were not able to catch some of the matches. Uh,
Mhm.
I'm going to again do a rundown if I can get this to what the
Mhm.
so the Premier League matches um, that happened over the last few days. See if I can find this in here. Um, what in tarn? What? Okay, so yeah, um, I'm trying to get caught up myself because I wasn't able to watch any of them this past weekend because of the NFL,
Mhm.
wild
Yeah.
card weekend. But uh, as far as Premier League matches, Nottingham Forest beat West Ham 2-1. Crystal Palace and Aston Villa tied 0-0, 0-0. That was a draw. Fulham beat Chelsea. Chelsea had a red carded player. They lost 2-1. Brentford beat Sunderland 3-0. Bournemouth beat Tottenham 3-2. Manchester City and Brighton had a 1-1 draw, as well as Everton and the Wolves. Everton again had Everton also had a red card issued to a player. That was a 1-1 draw. Burnley and Manchester United, they played to a draw 2-2. Newcastle beat Leeds United 4-3, which in my opinion was a great game. I didn't get to watch it, but Arsenal and Liverpool also played to a 0-0 tie. Um, as far as like standings, let's take a look. Currently in first place is Arsenal, followed by Manchester City, Aston Villa, Liverpool, Brentford, Newcastle,
Mhm.
Manchester United, Chelsea, Fulham, and rounding out the top 10, Sunderland.
Mhm.
Uh, I want to try and keep us up to date with what's going on with the Premier League. Again, like I always say, I don't get to watch the Bundesliga, which is German soccer. I don't really get to watch Spanish soccer. Although yesterday I did catch part of the Barcelona match. I don't know who won it, but it was good to see my favorite Spanish team on the TV. Um, they looked good. They were when I last looked, they were up 1-0. But from what I think happened, they wound up with a 2-2 tie, whatever it was. But anyway, don't want to leave soccer fans out of our show. There's really no college to talk about. I mean, college to me as far as basketball, doesn't kick off until the end of February into March, which is when we get into March Madness. And at
Mm-hmm.
that point, oh, we're going to have much to talk about. Much to talk about.
Why do you say it like that?
Huh?
Why do you say it like that with that tone and everything? Much
Because
to talk about.
March Madness, come on now. Come on now. March Madness, biggest college event of the year, basketball, win or go home, 64 teams trying to make it to the Final Four. Uh, come on now. A bunch of teams you've never heard of, a bunch of schools you've never heard of in the tournament, trying to make a name for themselves, some of which move on from 62 to 32, or 64 to 32, 32 to 16, 16 to 8. So
Mm.
it's exciting because every game there's no replay, there's no rematches. You lose in that first game, you're gone, you're done.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so March we got March Madness, we got the beginning of the women's football flag tackle league starting up. Um, the beginning of baseball season, so to speak, because you know things are going to start happening. Cactus League for the Giants. So yeah, this month, next month, slow, steady, but there's a lot to talk about, and there will be more as time goes by. That's the way I look at it.
Okay.
You know, um, I truly wish um, there was more that we could talk about with the Valkyries, but you know,
I think with, like I said, with, I mean, there is stuff to talk about, like, like how you said, in a sense, they're making moves. Like, there are 3 or 4 players that are in the Unrivaled tournament. There are players that are overseas playing that I just didn't, like, you know think to, like, bring in information today.
yeah,
We can always talk about stuff like that, but with the CBA contract expiring, and well, this contract is the CBA, but with that expiring and no sides really agreeing to come to the table and sit down and get a new one in place, yeah.
yeah,
So
yeah,
neither side is really able to do anything right now.
yeah, I agree.
So, I mean, they'll be back soon enough.
Yes, they will. So, with time running as it is, we spoke about what we were going to speak about tonight.
Excuse me.
Excuse me, good Lord. We spoke about what we were going to speak about tonight, and obviously the main topic being the 49ers and that a magnificent win yesterday against the Eagles. Um, we're looking forward to Saturday night in Seattle. Um,
Time is the game?
I believe that game is going to be I think, if I'm not mistaken, it's going to be like a prime time game.
Ugh,
Yeah. I haven't looked it up yet. I don't do stats.
I didn't ask you to do stats. I asked you what time
No,
was the
I'm just saying, for people listening, I do not do the stats. I don't, I just don't. I mean, um, wow, that's sad. I hate, I hate to say this, but, um, The 49ers, their website sucks. I am so sorry, but it just seems to never update.
So we can go ahead and end the show because
No, I was trying to find out what time the game was on Saturday, but it's not even on the website. Wait, no. What? Yeah,
so it looks like the time hasn't been established yet, or at least from the information I'm looking at.
yeah. If I'm not mistaken, it's going to probably be a 4 or primetime game. That's the game of the year.
Yeah.
Anybody and everybody in the NFL has been looking forward to this game for the NFC division, 49ers, Seattle. And again, like I said, no team fears me. I have no fear in any team that's in the playoffs right now. I mean, I really don't. I just don't. So, to the 49ers, got it done. To my co-hosts for being here and dealing with me. Yeah. To all the people that said the 49ers were going to lose, all the naysayers, enough said about that.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, I am Serge Ray from the Bay, and with me is my very illustrious co-host,
I'm trying to steal my.
angry as she may sound to y'all. She's a she's a very kind and caring woman. I got to tell y'all that.
Oh,
She
thank
comes
you.
at me hard because she can. Because she can. Anyway, again, to my co-host, Blue in the Bay. Yeah. We love you guys. Thank you again for stopping in. You obviously didn't join us in the chat room. Maybe you tried. I don't know. But if you download or you listen to this later, thank you so very much for being a part of our journey. Things are going to pick up in the next month or so.
I agree.
I'm sorry?
Not because, I mean, it may not, and I've said this before, it may not seem like a lot to some people or some people that do podcasts. You know, over the course of the months, we've had over 500 listeners or downloads from all across the world. So I appreciate, or I should say we appreciate each and every listener. And we definitely look forward to expanding and doing more in 2026.
I think you just said what I said, but I appreciate you saying it. But you're absolutely right.
No, I'm right.
We love doing what we do. I know I do.
I do.
Yeah. Thank you guys for listening. Whew. We hope that you will listen in again on Thursday. Again, I am Sir Dre. With me as always is Lady Blue in the Bay.
Yes.
And we, love you guys. We're just going to keep doing this until we can't do it no more. How's that?
Like a plan.
Sounds like a plan. We'll talk with you guys on Thursday. Let's go 49ers. Time to beat the Seachicks. Gotta beat the Seachicks. We'll talk to you guys on Thursday. Have a great night. Talk to you soon.